Okay, hi guys. Okay, so for this segment of the IP presentation, we'll be talking a little bit more about live performances. And today I have with me my very good friend from Manila, Channa. He's the main host for his podcast, Channa Channa Channa. Um, so Channa, we've been going for a lot of shows together for like many years. He will travel to
Right.
Singapore. I'll travel to Manila. We'll go for many shows together, and unfortunately, we've not seen each other for the last 1 year because of the pandemic. So I'm going to get Channa's thoughts about the live performances, live streaming concerts, and what it means for the future of live shows in general. No, so yeah, how are you, Channa? You good?
I'm good. Nice to see you, Afiq, after a long time.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so like for live performances and live shows, right? Like because of the pandemic, we most of us we can't actually all of us we can't actually um witness a proper live show in person anymore. And obviously live streaming has become the main mode of entertainment for as far as shows go, whether is it for viewers or for bands and stuff like that. So personally for you, how has the experience been, not being able to go for shows in person and having to switch thoroughly to a digital platform?
Yeah, I mean, first, it was quite hard to do that transition because I used to go to a lot of shows, and uh, now that we cannot travel and we are not allowed to go to this event, so I was First of all, I was skeptical whether the live streaming will actually work because I was quite skeptical, so I wasn't really looking at it first. But then as the time goes by, I sort of started seeing the artists are promoting their live stream, so I started watching a few of them. And I was so impressed actually because there were some live shows that live streaming that they did very well. So it really changed my perspective. Then I sort of now I actually, when there's a live stream, I actually go and buy the ticket, and then I actually watch, which I didn't thought initially when the COVID started. I was quite kind of sort of depressed, and I didn't thought I would really like to do it. But now I have a different point of view. I see that live streaming can be maybe not the 100% as a live show, but it comes sometimes, it comes close. Plus I see some advantages also in a live stream because uh, because most of the shows the music quality is very good and you can experience the songs quite nicely than actually in a live show because the distractions are very less. So I sort of appreciate it in that way as well. As long as it's done properly, I think live stream is a way to go.
Yeah, I mean I definitely agree with you on that. No, I realized that one of the first, like, I can't remember what was the first live stream that I actually saw, but over time you could see that many artists are doing live streams very differently. You got obviously the one that I'm sure that you really love was the one Behemoth did
Yes.
about the recording in the church, right? And that was something that I think nobody else actually done. And then of course you got Silosis that did the live stream with a proper stage productions, strobe lightings, anything you can imagine. And then of course you got Billie Eilish, who was doing a little bit more of the visual aspect of it. She was
Right.
using a lot of different backgrounds and stuff to kind of set a mood for every different song, right? So obviously, live stream for what it's worth has been happening for at least the past year or so. Many bands have been doing. So personally, for you, where do you see live music going? Post COVID and stuff.
I mean, I feel that the live shows will come back. Eventually, it will come back. I mean, I see the signs actually that it's going to happen. happen slowly. It will happen, but it will not be the, I don't think it will be the same when it comes back, because I don't think people will, until for many years people won't be actually going to the show, so the brave ones will go, and then it will still go through this, number of restrictions, and you will have to have it will be only very limited audience that you can have on the venue, so those things will be there. So I feel that moving forward, any live show will have to have a corresponding live stream. I think live stream is going to be part of the business. I think it opened up a new business model actually, because each show will have to have their own live stream, because I think it's going to be the norm.
Yeah, the new normal, as I would personally call it, because personally for me, um, having gone to so many shows, right, you would honestly think that, like, with not being able to go for shows, like, you would kind of missed it. But personally for me, as passionate as I am about live shows, I feel that um it doesn't really make a difference for me, in a sense where I if there's a show I would go, but if there isn't a show, I have these modes of live streaming and stuff that I could sort of turn to, and like
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I also want to point out that so when we were watching live shows, we were just limited to shows in Singapore, shows in Manila, right? But now with the live stream, I'm watching stuff from that happens in California, or in Poland or somewhere, and I think the only thing that's really now uh, for me to choose a live stream is just the time when it's happening. So if it happens sort of in a manageable time period, I'll be able to watch it even if it happens in the US, right? So it's a very positive thing.
yeah, definitely. And okay, so how okay, so for usual in-person live shows, right, we are very used to, you know being in front of the stage. For metal shows, we'll be moshing. For pop shows, we'll be singing along. There's that sort of artist to fan interaction that always goes on for every single show, which obviously, for live stream shows, that's not possible anymore.
Mm.
um, I would like to get your opinion, on how do you think that live stream shows can further enhance human interaction.
um I think they need to, because yeah, I mean, it's done through the internet. So I think one thing that they can probably do better is to have engagement with the users before the show or after the show, so that artists will actually interact with people. Maybe they can have some sort of a meet and greet, or some sort of a Zoom call or something, or virtual lobby kind of thing, where you can actually interact with them. So I see that has to be very much improved, because that's not really happening that much on the live streams right now. And the other thing is, um, I see moving forward, Afiq, uh, live. This needs to be like a premium service, premium thing, so that people will actually uh, it's just because if it is just a live stream, then people might ignore it, because if it is, especially if it happens in an odd time of the day. But if it is a premium thing where you get something out of the show, something that others cannot get, so maybe, for example, limited merchandise, or a signed item, or something that only those people who join the show will get. So that will probably be a way to have more engagement and more experience. And I really appreciated when I watched the Behemoth, I was able to buy the VIP laminate actually from the show, even though I watch it live stream. So that was a great like having that memorabilia makes it more even special. And I also feel that looking at these shows like WWE and all this, where they have the fans faces on the back of the stage, or the arena, they will have video screens where the fans actually will be, they can see the reaction of the fans. So I think that's also maybe something that probably will happen later on, where uh, the fans face will appear on the event venue.
Yeah, so basically that will also help on the performance side of it, right? So there's this K-pop band called Aping, and they did a recent live stream end of last year, which a small segment of the show actually went with them performing with the fans. It's like a video wall at the back of just right behind the band, right? So we are starting to see a little bit of um, fan inclusion in these live stream shows, while some still
Right.
hasn't really done it. And I feel that maybe for the future, we'll probably see a much more enhanced method of this, so that the artists themselves, the performers themselves, will feel like they are actually performing to an audience rather than to a camera in a sense. And
Right.
you mentioned something earlier on buying a ticket for the Behemoth live stream and getting a laminate as well.
Right.
It's a nice memorabilia to have, and that leads into basically limited run of merchandise and stuff like that. So um, there are certain bands who do live stream shows, and they will sell those live stream shows either in a form of DVDs or Blu-rays and stuff. In the occasion that when bands do such things, right, and consumers were to purchase these packaged goods to have a copy of their live stream performances. Personally, for you, how can bands, labels, or whoever make these packages special and personal so that every single fan who purchased these live stream videos and watch it over and again feels connected to that specific event?
Yeah, that's why I said, so the so if they include some sort of an experience where pre-show that fans can interact through cameras, maybe talk to the artist or send a message or something, or having them on the video wall of the event so that they appear on the video, that makes it very special, because you're on that DVD, right? So that makes it like you're appearing, or you're featured on the video, so it makes it very special, which other people who didn't join, who didn't attend, will not be able to experience. So those things is one. And then limited, yeah, it needs to be, uh yeah, I mean, it's up to the artist actually to consider if it will be a limited thing, but it makes it very special if it is limited. And I also see that one thing that artists are getting wrong is that these things needs to be sold way ahead of the live stream, so that people can have them, in advance, rather than after the show they are getting it after like 1 month. So it's maybe something that they should work on, that so that people can actually have them, like what we do in the actual shows. Remember, we buy the merch and we wear the merch to the show, right? So that sort of like emulate something like that, where they can actually have it earlier, so that they can appreciate it. So people would, in that case, people would actually buy it, right?
Uh, yeah, actually, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I didn't actually thought about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
because when we speak about human interaction for live performances and stuff, human interaction can be so many things. When we used to do meet and greets and stuff, right? It wasn't just meeting the artist, a shake of the hand, signing
Mm,
items or taking photos. Sometimes different bands and different artists hold different values to us personally, and every experience is very different. So
right.
when you have a meet and greet that's through a Zoom call, like how we're speaking right now, there's very little possibilities of, or yeah, there's very little possibilities of how we can enhance human interaction, without adding other sorts of benefits in a way. Some of which I've seen that certain artists would offer signed posters, but they are monogram signatures, so they are technically digital and mass printed for all the fans around. It's not like a specialized kind of thing. and
Right.
and you also have certain artists who would actually sign for the fair for this special group of VIPs, because there are limited numbers and limited seats in a way, right? So yeah, if let's say, for example, if in the future, in a post-COVID world, of course, you'll probably go back to shows that happen in Manila, and if there's no travel restrictions, you'll come to Singapore and see those shows as well. But
Right.
shows that, because you mentioned that with live streaming, you get to witness concerts in a global sense, through an online platform.
Yeah.
When you do such, when you happen, if that does exist and you get a package that has a virtual meet and greet, personally for you, I mean, obviously, just meeting the band themselves, it's good enough already. But personally, for you, what little bit of extra would you feel should be included that will assist in increasing the human interaction and making it more special for every individual fan that that purchases this, package in a way?
Yeah, so I think we need to map what happens in a live show too, because it's two different things now. So it's a live stream. It's done through like a Zoom or something, right? So it's a video platform. So we need to adapt what happens in a real world to this one. So what I enjoy in a live show, especially like going to a meet and greet and meeting the artist, is able to share something with them, maybe some sort of a story, or talk about something with them, because that's what we normally do. We talk about where we're from, or what album we like, or what music we like, or something we saw about know about them. So that makes a very memorable experience. So that sort of thing needs to happen also in the live stream thing. So I feel that, so they uh, one thing I notice is, because not a lot of big these small bands are not able to do the live streams yet, because there's a cost now, right? It's a bigger cost than doing it. So it's mostly these bigger bands who are doing the live streams. And then sometimes what I felt recently is the VIP packages that they provide is too expensive. I think because it's a new thing, so they have a lot of cost involved. So they need to make it affordable, like, so that because especially because it's virtual, people will say, oh, it's too expensive, I will not even consider it. So but if it is affordable, or something reasonable, then people would consider going to that, right? So I think that needs to be improved. I think the reason is this is a very new, so there's a lot of cost involved that was not there before. So they need to consider that the price needs to be evaluated, actually.
Yeah, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. Okay, Channa, thanks so much for helping me with this, presentation. I mean, it's everything that you suggested, that you've brought up. Honestly, are things that can honestly improve human interaction, for the future of life
Yeah.
to come. And hopefully everything goes well on your side, and hopefully we can start to see some normality back, or to embrace a new normal in a way. And yeah, thanks so much, Chana.
Thank you, Afiq. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, man.
Stay safe.